So guys, if you are out there and you are entrepreneurial at all, if you are an innovator, this podcast is for you. Or if you're just a creative and you come up with new ideas, this is definitely for you. So you come up with that idea, you have a new idea. Is that idea going to work? How do you evaluate to know if your great idea is an amazing, awesome opportunity or a dud?
Wow.
And so today we're going to talk about that. And by the end of the podcast, you will know, is your idea something to sink money and time and everything else into, or should you move on?
Wow. Let's go.
Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hack Podcast, where you get the confidence to hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rashawn.
And Mark.
Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hacks. Today, we're going to talk about, is your idea, does it have what it takes to make it? Will it actually, impact whoever comes across it? And we want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think one of the things to just talk about as we start dialing into this episode is that an idea is not a breakthrough. It's not a company. It's not a solution all by itself. It's just an idea.
Wow.
And so I think especially if you've got any sort of innovator in you, if you're an idea person, if you thrive on being creative and coming up with a new thing, which tends to be what entrepreneurs and creatives tend to be, which is a lot of our audience in this podcast, I think we can get really excited about our idea.
Yeah,
we can be like,
so
this
quick.
is awesome, and it's gonna do all of this, and this, and it's totally untested. We have no idea if anybody is actually going to receive this idea, put money into this idea, of that. But we're already like, we've already built the company in our mind, right?
Yeah, yep, and that's so true. And I think about it, the company, like an idea, and it can be even as low as a product. Like if you have a product and, we have to keep in mind that idea, it won't ever be able to itemize unless we are looking to impact the person and not necessarily just convey what we feel like we need to convey.
Yes.
And so we want to speak into like a pain point. I think it gets us into our next point. What is it for them?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this. How do you begin to evaluate your idea? And to Rashawn's point, I think the really helpful place to start with identifying is this a good idea or not is this phrase. In fact, this will be the phrase that we'll unpack in this whole episode is you've got to be married to the problem, not to your solution.
That's good. Come on.
Married to the problem, not to your solution. You get excited about the solution that you have, the solution that you offer, but is it actually what people want?
Wow.
Is it actually at a price point people can afford? There's a lot of questions you've got to begin to dig into before you initially get excited about your solution. So let's dial in here and talk through a few things. Number one, underneath married to the problem, not to your solution, is the problem motivates people to buy.
Wow.
So it's not your great solution or just your creative great idea that causes somebody to buy. It's they have a problem they want solved.
Yes.
They have a pain in their life that they want resolved. That's what's going to motivate them to reach in their pocketbook, pull out some dollars, and hand them to you.
That's a good point. Great point.
So
that's all my buying decisions.
Yes.
Like, what is my problem and how can you address that?
Yes.
I'm cool with all the fluffy, cool, stuffy, little cute gestures y'all do, but how can it help me?
Yes. And is it resolve my problem in such a way that it doesn't blow my budget based on what I think I could afford in that area of my life, based on other factors of other kinds of things that I bought that are similar to that kind of product or that niche. So the problem is what motivates you to buy, and it's the other factors around that within our life that is going to influence whether or not we think this is the exact solution that we want to use to resolve that problem.
So good. And what's the next point?
So your solution may have marketing flaws that are unresolvable. So this is I don't know that this one is unresolvable, or that it may actually be crazy innovative and people end up buying it. But I was actually on Facebook just yesterday, and I came across this ad, and the ad was really well done. So I was analyzing, how did they do this ad? I want to understand some of how they made this work, because it's getting a lot of conversation going.
Got it.
But conversation doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to generate sales.
Yeah, true.
And so here's what the product was. We'll see. Maybe I'm advertising for them now on this podcast, but they said basically in their ad, everybody has assumed that the toothbrush is the way you brush your teeth, and we've been using them for
so long.
Yeah,
right?
decades, 100 years, 200 years. And they said, what if the premise is false and there's actually a better way to clean your teeth and you don't even have to go to the dentist? So they got my attention, because that's a problem I have, right?
Wow.
But then, so the solution, it looks like a pair of dentures, like that idea that you stick that in your mouth, and then it's going to clean all of your teeth at once with these tiny little micro, like, brushes on it.
Oh.
So it's like you set this in your mouth, you've got a little button on the end of this, and you press it, and then it's going to be cleaning all your teeth at once.
Are you serious?
So it's interesting.
That's very interesting.
It's unique, and it got a lot of conversation going. But the price point for it was pretty high for a toothbrush. For like what I'm going to use to clean my mouth. So they're kind of like trying to sell me on, but you only have to buy it once and it'll last forever, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But is that too much of a leap for me as the consumer, when I can go down and buy $1 toothbrush at Walmart that lasts for 3 months, 6 months, you're supposed to do every 3 months, get a new toothbrush, spend approximately $4 a year versus your $100 product? I'm not sure if that makes that's enough benefit for that price point.
So true. And when I think about it, that $4, you know what I'm saying, versus $100, that's a big difference. And
there's
a brother like me who lives frugal.
Yes, right. Of the time. There's a lot of other areas I could spend that money on, and even though so almost like I would be motivated to buy that because it's cool, it's interesting, I'd want to try it. It's kind of like a gimmicky thing.
True.
But will that work on a broad scale and catch on? I'm not sure.
We'll have to check the reviews later.
Right.
And then make our decision.
So your solution may have marketing flaws that are unresolvable. I don't know if that's resolvable for them, but the problem of people needing their teeth cleaned, they've got that. But is their solution going to resolve that? So finally today, your solution may be innovative, but unmarketable. Wow. So you need to seek both. So this, what we were just talking about, is a great example. It's super innovative, and people are really there's a lot of conversation going around it, but is it actually going to lead to a place where it's gonna make the sale?
Exactly. So true. And that's a great example you just brought up about the toothbrush, where you put it in your mouth and you brush your teeth. Like, I mean, it's extremely innovative, but will it actually sell?
Will it actually sell? And are people gonna ditch fork over money for something that's that expensive and change up something that's so, like, it's like the Kleenex box. I mean, like, Kleenex has so established themselves as a brand that we don't even use the word tissue anymore. We use the word Kleenex. And so if somebody came along with something totally different to, like, blow your nose with or whatever.
Like a flying Kleenex. Yeah. There I go again. Kleenex.
Yeah. But there's such a dominance in that market by them. Is that something that is it worth the time to invest in a product that in that market? I don't know.
Interesting. We'll have to see.
So staying married to the problem, not to the solution, is how you can evaluate your innovative ideas. So if you are out there and you've got some crazy new idea and you're not sharing it with people because you're like, this is the next big thing, I got to figure out how to get this going. Well, test it out and make sure that this new idea actually will get some traction with your friends, with your family. If they're not getting excited about it, if they're not seeing this as a solution they would pay money for to resolve that problem, then you might need to stay married to the problem, but actually look for a tweak on your solution or find some other solution that might be more effective.
It's a great point. Well, guys, go on and order that toothbrush.
That's the takeaway.
No, big takeaway. Stay married to that pain. The pain problem.
That's it.
That's really good.
Well, all right. I think that's it for today. We will see you guys next time.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And visit us at bitesizemarketinghacks.com for more resources and episodes that will help you hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time.